One vote down, one to go for Wisconsin Republicans to approve a right-to-work bill. The Senate passed the legislation last night with all but one Republican voting in favor. Right-to-work means workers cannot be forced to pay union dues as a condition of employment. It drew crowds of protesters to the Capitol who say the legislation will hurt the middle class. The Assembly will start committee hearings on the bill on Monday and will likely send the bill to Governor Scott Walker by the end of next week. Walker says he will sign it and expects changes similar to Act 10 from 4 years ago, which stripped public unions of collective bargaining rights.
If there's value connected to their union dues and membership fees going in to provide training that helps them advance their career and get higher wages, then they'll see that as a strength. If not, I think it'll have a similar fate to what we saw over the last 4 years with public unions.
There's a lot of people who feel very strongly about this, both employers and employees, who say what the government is doing is going to radically change their employment relationship. We should hear them out, and ideally, we should actually listen to them and act accordingly.
Wisconsin is expected to become the 25th state to have a right-to-work law. It's a decision that will likely add to the already declining membership and power unions across the U.S. are facing. News 8's Keely Arthur joins us now with a closer look at the change.
Lisa, about 9% of the workforce across the country is part of a union. Compare that to 1945, when more than a third of people working were unionized. Economists say the decline is largely due to government policy and the demand of certain jobs. But those who are currently members say unions serve an important purpose.
Not really.
Greg Erickson has worked as a steel worker for decades now.
I've worked in right-to-work states, and the wages tend to be lower and the benefits are definitely a lot lower.
For 22 years, he's been a union member.
It's a brotherhood.
Erickson gives the organization a portion of his paycheck.
For every hour you work, it's 3%.
And says those dues are worth every penny.
We take care of each other, good benefits, good pay.
Some of the money also goes towards employee improvement.
We pay to train ourselves to keep improving our skills and get new certifications.
Unions pay premium wages, and they usually get premium workers for that.
However, Taggart Brooks, an economics professor at UW-La Crosse, says union membership rates will continue to decline.
Unionization rates were much higher because of the type of work, more manufacturing based, a lot more employment in manufacturing. That's been declining since the 70s.
And fewer people means less pull in the government.
Unions don't have as much money and power in politics that they used to have, and so that's why these laws can pass a little bit more easily.
Brooks says right to work could be the beginning of the end of unions in Wisconsin.
Certainly union dues paying members will decline.
But Erickson believes no matter what happens, he will stay committed to his organization because of the peace of mind it provides.
When I get laid off, I call the union hall, let them know I'm laid off, and they'll call all around the country and try to find me a job if that's what I want to do.
States in the Midwest like Indiana, Michigan, and Iowa are all right to work. Michigan ended collective bargaining in 2012, and since then, union membership has declined by 48,000.
Thank you, Keely. Alaska, New York, New Jersey, Hawaii are unionized states and have some of the highest rates of union membership.